and welcome to CS4NE. I'm Guy Training, a professor here at UNL.
And I'm Kimberly Ingraham-Beck, a computer science teacher from Gretna Public Schools.
And today we're talking about, remind me?
We're talking about cyber footprints. So I'm going to share a lab that I've done in my cybersecurity class, but I think that this can be done outside of cybersecurity classes to really kind of get people to think about what information their phones are tracking with pictures.
And the flip side of this is how can they use metadata to find out about things they're seeing online? So It works both ways. It's like, I want to leave less footprints behind, but also as a detective or a sleuth, as Dan likes saying,
yes,
a gumshoe. That's what we're going to go with.
That's a good
You can actually go to media produced by others or shared by others and discover some things about it. So
Absolutely.
It works both ways.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. So this is a lab that cyber.org uses, but I am going to kind of tweak it and use a different website. There is a tool called EXIF tool that you can use, but I know not everyone would be able to download that on their school computers. Students certainly wouldn't be able to. So I found a website that seems to pull a lot of information from it. And so I'm going to show you that. You're just going to upload a picture. I happen to have a picture that I took at my school not that long ago. I know it's a fair amount of personal information. And so here I just uploaded it and bam, it's already got a whole bunch of information. So this is called metadata, which is data about data. So this is beyond just the picture itself. So we have the file name, the file size, the file type, we have all that. That's kind of general knowledge. But then it also includes the specific make and model. It also includes the orientation that I took the picture in.
So the make and model are, in this case, whatever you took the pictures on. And in this case, it was a phone.
Yeah.
All right.
And then it goes beyond that. It shows exposure time, including the f-stop. It's got the ISO, the time that I took the picture. Or the date and time, I should say. I think it's crazy. It's even got the offset time. So our central time zone, it even has that embedded in the picture, which I don't know why you would necessarily need that in a phone or a picture, but it has it. It tells me I did not use the flash. It's got a whole bunch more information.
So what is amazing is how much information is encoded in this metadata file.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the part that is most concerning or jarring to me is the fact that it has my exact GPS location from where I took this picture. So I'm going to scroll down a bit more. You can see there's tons and tons of information that it has.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
And here we have GPS latitude and longitude, or I have the whole position right here.
So if we copy this and paste it to a Google Maps.
So I have, right there, it shows it was taken at Gretna East High School.
And, okay.
So just the amount of information that's in the pictures that you're taking is really startling. So I think this is kind of fun where you can bring in, fun in the sense that it's jarring and it's definitely something that kids would probably take an interest in. Did you realize every time you're sending a phone, there is some metadata sending a picture, through a phone. There is an amount of metadata that is hidden inside that. And so what information are you sending?
Anybody that has access to this picture has access also to this data. So they know exactly where you were, if they want to, and if they're aware of doing this, but there's always the potential. So you're broadcasting exactly where you're at and what you're doing.
Absolutely. And even though some sites, when you upload pictures, will remove certain amounts of metadata, there's still data that they have every time they even, download pictures from social media, there's still information there that they could get.
All right, so in the lab, you take something that you've created and you run it through this and you see what you can learn. What's the next step for this?
Well, so actually the lab gets you a picture, or gets the students a picture, and then they have to find the GPS location. And it's actually Sacré-Cœur in Paris is where the picture was taken, which is kind of fun. And then you can just looking at all the different information. So if you have access to cyber.org, you can get that and download the file. But if you don't, you can just use a different picture that you've taken. But I kind of like the where in the world is this kind of Carmen Sandiego gumshoe type aspect. But yeah, so that is where the lab ends, but you can definitely take it further than that. And I like having kids work backwards like that. But
I love the working backwards because it's part of the answer of how do we become more conscious about how we consume media and how can we, at least if it's there, use the metadata to work backwards from where is this picture really from, who took it, all of these things. So for example, if they're saying, oh, this is a historical picture, and I can see it was taken on a Samsung. Well, maybe historical if you're in first grade, but it's not historical in historical sense. So really starting to develop those skills that allow you to ask, is this a deep fake or is there something else? And we're having a lot of these discussions about what's created with AI. The metadata will be very different when it's created with AI.
Yeah, and this actually did show when it was modified.
Yeah.
So I don't remember where it was, but I did see that it said it was modified. So that is something else that you can think about.
And you can also see, for example, not just directions and all of that, but also it's above sea level. It's so it's really fascinating how much information is encoded and what kids can learn. And I think anywhere from upper elementary, definitely middle school, you can play with this specific lab without having to be in a cyber class. And and my problem with cyber classes, I know you teach it and you love it.
I do love it. I love it a lot.
But this needs to not be just kids who are interested in computer science. Cybersecurity is everybody's business.
Absolutely.
So I'd love to see that happen.
Well, and
across more grades.
Kids have maybe been told, be careful what pictures you send to people, but only about the content that's in the photo itself, not the amount of information that is following that picture as it's getting sent around. So,
all right. So we'll see you next time.